I think I think the public of Illinois said something last November when, for the first time in a long time, they elected 2 Republicans to the finance offices of the state of Illinois. And teaming up with an extremely talented and knowledgeable individual like Judy Barr is a pleasure for me as a state treasurer. And in March of this year, the governor delivered his budget address as a joint session between the 2 chambers, and the comptroller and I were there. In that budget address, the governor said he wanted to borrow $8.7 billion more dollars. This was on the cusp of a 67% income tax increase. If you'll recall, when the income tax increase was pushed through by one party in the General Assembly, the declaration was that income tax increase is needed to pay bills. The address in March by the governor to borrow $8.7 billion was under the pretense to pay for bills. Worked closely with the administration to try to come to some kind of a resolution, but by the time May came and the General Assembly was on the edge of getting ready to adjourn, we released our white paper, which you've all had distributed before, about no more debt. I just want to take a side note to tell you that I was briefed by our staff last night that we have had several hundred, if not, to the verge of 1,000 of those documents actually go out of the State Fair Treasurer's tent. The public of Illinois is very interested and very concerned about some facts and where we are regarding debt. I think what's significant today is we have the Republican leader of the House, the Republican leader of the Senate, the comptroller, and the treasurer standing here before the people of Illinois to say, we don't believe, we don't support any further debt in the state of Illinois. And as we look to a vote that was taken in the Senate, where they had the chance to determine if they wanted to borrow $6 billion of that 8.7, through the leadership of Senator Radonio, it only got a minor number of votes rather than 3/5 required to pass. So I think that the body politic is starting to understand it. I know the public is starting to understand it. I just wish Pat Quinn would. It is yet, within the last few days or last few weeks, he has continued to say he further wants to borrow. Our bond ratings on the national level have gone down. There's already been the warning from Moody's regarding Illinois. And I just hope that if he doesn't want to listen to the finance officers of the state that were elected by the people, then maybe he'll start to listen to the credit rating companies and be more sensitive to his desire to further borrow.